There are 5 steps we need to take to achieve our successful and secure retirement. I kind of look at it like a mountain where we're climbing up to this peak, which is that retirement date. And there's these 5 base camps that we need to get to. And we've got to go in order to get to that final peak. Now, I know that's kind of corny, but we don't want to skip any of these, right? You may actually already be at in between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4 here, but we don't want to skip any because each one is important in its own way. So I'm going to go step by step here. And if you're just starting to think about retirement more now, I've got another video coming out that's really the 4 questions that we have to answer yes to make sure that we're ready to retire. So that should be coming out next week. And if I haven't met you yet, I'm Dave Zoller and I run Streamline Financial with Tim and Luke and Sean, and we've helped a lot of people retire and get to that peak that we're looking at in the picture. And really, when you think about it, that retirement date, that's just the beginning. There's a lot to come after that that's even better than that date. So if you've got questions about your own retirement, feel free to reach out to us through our website and click on the Get Started button on the website, and then I'll be able to get back to you through that after you fill out that form. So we're starting at the bottom here. And we're starting to think more about retirement, and we're looking at retirement YouTube videos, and hopefully you're feeling excited about your future here. If you're not, you should be. After helping a lot of people get to this point or get to retirement, we've seen that this can be the most fulfilling, the most life-giving part of your life. And if you can think of something that you're actually looking forward to doing more of in retirement, I'd love to hear it or see it in the comments below. Or if you're already retired, how are you enjoying it so far? And by the way, I'm going to keep this very simple today. We have much more in-depth planning and other videos on investment and tax planning and income planning. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those ones either. But for the first step, we're going to just take a guess. Really, that's what everything starts with. For step number 1, we're taking a guess at thinking, what would be nice for money to be coming into the bank? What amount of money do we want coming into the bank after we're done working? So just take a guess at what your expenses are going to be. That's really number 1. You don't have to even look at mint.com or any of the other budgeting things if you're budgeting. Just take a guess. So let's pretend that the number is $10,000 a month coming into the bank for spending money. That would be nice. Side note, you might be thinking, who in the world needs $10,000 a month? Or if you're like some of our clients, you might be thinking, I'm going to need more than that. So don't dwell on the amount. You're different than everyone else, and comparison is the enemy of contentment. So your answer just depends on what you want, not anybody else. So step 1 is guess at your monthly expenses. Now, step 2 on the mountain is doing something that I often don't recommend, but it's a good place just for still as we're close to the base of the mountain. And it's the simple 4% rule. If you've seen other videos I've done, then you know that I don't love that rule, because if you only based your plan on that and didn't think about anything else, it could really put your plan or your retirement in danger. But this is step 2, so it's just a quick ballpark. So take that $10,000 a month, and let's just see how this 4% rule plays out. So 10,000 times 12 is 120K a year minus Social Security or other income. You need about 84K from your investment accounts. Divide that by 0.04, and that results in about $2 million needed saved. Again, don't worry about the numbers here. You're looking at your own numbers and factoring in, putting your own numbers in here and seeing what the simple 4% rule result is. It's really just to give you an idea of what we're working with getting started here. Now, back to this, base camp number 3 is where we get a little bit more, things get a little bit more interesting. To get more secure and just feeling better about your retirement, I'd recommend you get more granular, obviously, than the 4% rule with that your retirement plan. Because if one of your goals is to increase peace of mind around retirement, a great way to do that is just to have a more specific plan and to look at a few what-if scenarios. So I'd recommend finding an online retirement planner that allows you to explore these various what-if scenarios. One that I like a lot is, I put in the link below, the New Retirement, and it looks something like this. But that's my favorite retirement planner, and that allows you to plug in some of the numbers and then see some of these what-if scenarios and get a more specific plan. Now, one piece of advice, as you're creating and putting in numbers and looking at the result in the planner online, write down the questions that are coming to mind or the things that you just don't understand yet. This is very important because you'll see why in the next step. And by the way, if you're still with me this far, please like this video if it's helpful and if you like these types of videos, so that hopefully other people like you can be helped as well. Now on to step 4 on the mountain is take that plan that you got from the online retirement planner and then meet with 2 CFP professionals. I would say at least 2, and ones that specialize in retirement planning. You know, you don't need to hire that person to become your ongoing financial planner, but getting a second pair of eyes and talking to a few just to get some validation for what you already found out could be a really good idea. That specialization too with CFP and specialization in retirement is important because you've heard me say before that, you know, if you had a really important surgery that was crucial or critical, would you go to the doctor who's done 8 of those surgeries before, or would you go to the doctor who's done 3,000 of those exact surgeries that you need? My guess is that you'd go to the one that has done 3,000 and has done it right. That's my guess. Tell me if you agree with that or not. But have them create a plan for you, and then you can compare your findings with them. And that's where you can ask those questions that were coming to mind as you were creating your own plan in that step number 3. So at the end of those meetings with the retirement planners, then you should have a pretty good game plan to follow that gets you to that successful and secure retirement that you're looking for. And hopefully too, with the retirement planners that you meet with, they can help you think about what next steps you should be taking. If anything needs to be improved or changed, that's when you usually get that good advice, hopefully. Now there's one more step as we're looking at this mountain and getting to this point, and this is a really important one. If you continue to run your retirement plan by yourself, it's important to recognize that your successful retirement is really more than just this event. You know, this is a big thing. We need to plan and do all these things to get to that point. But when you get here and you've got that level 10 confidence, we still need to recognize that this is a process. It's not an event, it's a process. So the practice of having regular monthly or quarterly check-ins is really important. You know that image of a plane that's flying, something like this. You know, if we're starting here and ending here, the destination on a plane isn't a straight line. Really, it's only on course a small percentage of the time. And what it's doing the whole time is these regular readjustments to end up at that desired destination. This series of checks along the way is really important, just so things don't continue to go the wrong way if we just left it by itself. What we wouldn't want to have happen is, you know, we create the plan, we're feeling good, we feel confident with it, and then we get into retirement, we're enjoying ourselves, but we're never checking to make sure we're still on course, you know, every 3 or 6 or however often, just to see if there's any adjustments that's needed. I think it was Dwight Eisenhower who said, plans are worthless, but planning is essential. Would you agree with that one? You know, Dave Zoller would say, plans are actually good, but the continual planning or the continual process of planning is even better. So look for upcoming videos coming out soon. The next one is going to be the 4 questions that we have to answer yes to if we want to retire and feel good about it. And if you found this helpful, then click the like button and subscribe so that hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Take care.